Hi, I don't know if you can see me very well, but I'm Anthony Rotolo, and this is my first webcast on the NFL. And, well, it's a little bit too late now. We're on week 17, final week of the season. And, well, let's just look at some of the games we got. We have some pretty good ones. But here are the games I will definitely recommend to you. First one is a no-brainer. Miami, New York Jets. Now, I live down here in Miami, and let me tell you, it's a big game for all of us. It's going to be the first time we're going to be in the playoffs if we win. Now, here's the scenarios how we're going to win. Miami wins it all if they beat the Jets. Very easy. Now, in order for the Jets to get into the playoffs, they have to beat the Dolphins, and the Patriots have to lose. And right now, the Patriots will be playing on Buffalo. So, Buffalo is not a very good team. The last 9 games, they've gone 1-8 or 1-7. I'm pretty sure it's one of those two. It's a very difficult clinching situation, but for Dolphins and Patriots, very easy. Patriots win, Dolphins lose. Win-win situation there. Patriots are in the playoffs. Patriots lose, they're done. There's no doubt about it. And that is win-lose for Jets, and Jets go to playoffs. But definitely 2 games to watch there. New England and Buffalo it's 1 o'clock on Sunday. And then at 4:15, the biggest game possibly of the year. Miami and New York. Obviously, Brett Favre, Pro Bowler for who knows how many times, is quarterbacking the New York Jets with over 22 touchdown passes, 21 touchdown passes, but a lot of interceptions ago with that, about 17 interceptions. Chad Pennington, on the other hand, just came off a pretty bad game because he really couldn't seem to hold on to the ball. He threw a couple of touchdown passes, but I wouldn't really call them great. One of them was just pure to luck that Fasano even caught it, and one of them was good. He threw it to Martin, and he caught it over his shoulders. Pretty good. But we're going to go on to a different subject. 2 other games that are that's definitely going to be worth watching. Denver and San Diego, Sunday Night Football. It's the last game of the regular season. I do not see a Monday night game set up here on my screen. But when Denver and San Diego clash, that's also for a playoff position. I'm pretty sure about that. Let's see here. San Diego has one of the best quarterbacks in the league, leader in touchdown passes, and I wouldn't say touchdown passes, but definitely quarterback percentile. Very good quarterback. Peyton Manning is right up there too, but if I had to pick a guy for my team, I would want my fantasy team that I can rely on, I would definitely have Phillip Rivers. And if you're looking for a guy that can really air it out pretty good, Phillip Rivers is your man. He can run the ball, he can throw the ball, so you might be looking at a future talent right there. Shit. I don't know how to fix that. Sorry. But you're definitely looking at some good games. Those are the games I recommend for you. If you're going to look at some snores that are obvious, well, let's look at history that's about to be made. At 1 o'clock, Green Bay will annihilate Detroit, making Detroit the first team in the new era to go winless. Now, we all remember the Dolphins almost did that last year, which was pretty embarrassing. Baltimore lost to us, and now they're a playoff team. That's pretty even worse. But if you look at it, I just feel very bad for Detroit, and this is my reading. And you can watch this video 2 years from now and be like, this kid's right, because I was the one that predicted either first 2 rounds Chad Henne would go to the Dolphins. I was the one that said watch the Falcons turn their season around all because they got this new kid. You gotta watch for rookies. And if I'm gonna give a rookie off to a team like the Detroit Lions that needs a quarterback they can work with, I would say Tim Tebow's their man. And I know what you're thinking. Tim Tebow? Guy kind of runs in the ball a little bit too much. Likes running the ball. He's gonna get hit too much. Tim Tebow's a guy. I've been watching a lot of college football games the last year and a half now, and I've watched a couple Tebow games. They're on all the time. I have to say, this guy doesn't really often throw the ball, and when he does, pretty good. Okay, he's got some good receivers. You give this guy a chance. If The Lions keep Calvin Johnson. I can definitely see Tebow and Johnson being a prime duo like Carson Palmer and Chad Johnson were, or like T.O. and Donovan were at one point even. You gotta look at, they're a good prime duo, and if Detroit does draft Tim Tebow, which I think they should, because if they're going to be looking at anyone else, Colt McCoy, Sam Bradford, Tebow's their best bet, I would say, because I would definitely see Bradford going late in the draft, and Colt McCoy will definitely be very rated high. He'll be like a Joe Flacco, going somewhat middle late of the first round, but I would see Sam Bradford going fourth or fifth round, and possibly being a Troy Smith as a third stringer that does nothing. And if I would have to say a team that would need Sam Bradford, probably the New York Jets, Indianapolis Colts maybe, a team that they're never going to need him for. Maybe even New Orleans. If you think about, the Jets aren't going to have Favre for much longer, so they might need Bradford, because Kellen Clemens isn't the best. But you're getting all your information from a 14-year-old looking at a computer screen. So, it's your choice. But definitely, we're looking at week 17 right here, and you're looking at, who do I get? Well, this year in the draft, you're not really going to be watching too much of that. And you just came off one of the best drafts, long time, considering line-wise, and linebacker-wise. You're not really going to get a lot of players like that out of the draft. So, that's all I have for today. Hopefully my predictions are right. Here's my predictions for Week 17 of the big games. Miami versus New York Jets. And we all remember how Miami almost won it, but a bad throw to Ted Ginn in the final seconds of the game cost Miami the game. People seem to forget that. My final score, Dolphins 24, New York Jets 18. Don't ask how they get that score. I just don't see Favre working it. Throw 2 picks projected. One in the first quarter because he just likes shooting it right out the front, and we're ready for that. We've been picking off everything. And one possibly third or fourth quarter trying to get it downfield. And I'm sorry I did say 18, I meant 17. I'm sorry. New England's going to annihilate Buffalo, maybe in the 40s, 50s this time, who knows. Denver, San Diego. Denver I see winning that, even though they are not going to be at home. Definitely going to beat Denver. I see Jay Cutler really push out there. 3-4 touchdown passes. Even that guy has been looking to get to the playoffs. This is his year. And if I had to make a really big prediction, Atlanta going very deep into the playoffs. I know it's a very crazy thing, but look at them. They have an amazing team. Matt Ryan has led them through everything. Defense is looking pretty good for them, but I do not see Arizona getting anywhere in the playoffs. Because with a defense like that, you might as well wave the white flag right now. Alright, I'll see you next week, Monday. After it's all over, we'll cap on the playoffs, see where everyone ends up. Thank you.